Hey, what's going on? It's Ryan from Fowler Photography, and we're stuck inside. So I'm going to be creating this as the first of a series of challenge videos for you guys to get creative at home and share your images. So let's get into it. So much of the world in lockdown, there's only so many movies and games and stuff that you can actually play. So I want to challenge you to get creative at home, and each week for the next several weeks, I'm going to be bringing you a video that's something different that you can do to get creative and get playing with your photography to create some really amazing images and potentially get them featured on the channel. And there's going to be a special hashtag, so stay tuned to the end of the video to find out what that's going to be, so we can actually share these images and get some of them featured for you. Now, if you're wondering what this little guy is doing here, this is a little Lego figure that I've had for such a long time, and I call him MiniMe. So I'll just hold that up to the camera and hopefully that will focus and you can see that, because this is really cool. So it's basically like, I've tried to create like a miniature version of me when I'm, going backpacking or holidaying or whatever it is, although I've never actually been backpacking, I just go and stay in hotels. He's got a little camera, he's got his backpack. I used to have much longer slick back blonde hair if you've been a subscriber for the channel for a while. MiniMe is going to be the first challenge. So you don't actually have to use a miniature version of yourself, you can use any of your kids' toys, Lego, whatever it might be, laying around the house. If you've got a mini figure, you've got some, Lego sets that you can get creative with, some action figures, put them in weird positions, and I'm talking clean here. Put them in some odd positions and really get creative. So there's so many inspiring things out there, like, let me just hang on. This is just an idea, this, I really don't want to butcher the surname, but this book is just amazing. Like, there's so many cool ideas in here. This guy has done an absolutely awesome job on creating some really, really cool, creative, effective images, all with Lego, using a macro lens, whatever it may be. But that's just one type of thing. So, these are just awesome photos. Really creative and really inspiring. I'm going to give you a few tips through each of these videos that are produced on a couple of things you can do to really get creative. So I'm going to use MiniMe as an example. Something that you can try at home is, I have this print of Uluru that I've set the camera up and looking at, and it's a beautiful print. I'm really happy with it. What I actually want to do is I want to include MiniMe in the print in some kind of way. So what I've done is I set the camera up here, vertical composition to match the print. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use manual focus to focus on MiniMe at like f7.1, so it gives me a little bit of depth of field, and it actually looks like MiniMe is in the photo. So this is going to be quite a cool technique. Now I'm going to cut it off just at the top of my fingers. I can adjust the focus, and I can see through the screen that MiniMe is in the right position. I've got a 2-second timer, and there we go, we've got a shot there. This shot, and I've brought it up on the screen so you can see, this shot looks absolutely fantastic in that it looks like MiniMe is inside of this scene or inside of a photo when he's actually not. And another trick for you, let's get into that. For a second idea is putting your figure, action figure, whatever it may be, into like a real life situation or incorporating them into the real world. So there's lots of creative ways to do this. This is just a really basic example, but I've got the camera set up here with a 35mm f2 lens. I've got it set at f8 so I can get a bit of a depth of field, but the background is still blurred. What I'm going to do is I've got MiniMe sort of set up here, just chilling on his backpack, and I'm actually going to bring up Netflix on the TV. I've got it set up on PlayStation, so I'll just push X and I've got everything set up here. As this starts to come on, I'm just going to hit go. And now I've got MiniMe with this big sort of Netflix logo behind. I'm trying not to breach any copyright here, but I've got this big Netflix logo behind it. It's incorporating basically a real life element into this image or this type of style of photography, which can make for a lot of fun and really different perspectives on real life. The MiniMe has been all over the world with me, but right now we can't go anywhere. So let's get creative at home. Let's get creative together and let's create some images and share them together. We may have to physically distance from each other, but that doesn't mean that we actually have to socially and emotionally distance from each other. We can still connect through digital platforms like this YouTube video, the comments down below, social media, all that sort of stuff. The hashtag for the challenges coming up is going to be hashtag Get Creative with RFP for Ryan Fowler Photography. I didn't want to make you write the whole name because that would just be ridiculously long. Get Creative with RFP. Put that on your posts, share them out through social media, and I will keep looking through those hashtags on Instagram and Facebook. Make sure you share your images. I want to add some of your images in there. So they will be released every Wednesday morning. That's Australian time, so I think that'll be Tuesday night in the US. Let's get creative at home. Let's do this together and have some fun doing it. Thanks so much for watching. Hit that like button and I will see you in the next video for the next challenge.